All right, and in 3, 2, 1. How would you introduce yourself? I went to a bakery 4 months ago, and I met you. It was a while ago, and I was like, damn, you were one of the most fun and charismatic people I've met. But do you want to more formally introduce yourself?
Okay, I'm George Espino, and
Nice.
I bake stuff.
Yeah.
And have a lot of free time.
Fun. I thought you just said you had 4 or 5 jobs. What?
Oh, I do. So I work at the bakery, and I bake bread there, and then I also coach at one of the colleges in town.
Cool.
And then I also coach clients on the side, and then I also run for a few brands.
Wow.
And then what else do I do?
Is one of them Big Panda.io?
I wish. Damn, I love pandas.
What is Big Panda?
I don't know. This is a good
Someone gave me a
find.
free shirt. That's so funny. I'm like, man, he's really repping that. So you run long distance sprint?
I hold on for both of them, but I mainly do the middle one. So mile is my max.
Nice.
And then it starts to hurt after that.
Miles my max, even at a pretty slow pace, if I'm being honest.
Same.
You know, that's so funny. That's so cool. So you just ran for a long time, and you're like, okay, I'll teach other people how to run really quick.
Kinda. It's more of a thing you get roped into, since it's something you already know how to do, and you're just fine. I'll teach you how to do something.
Yeah.
I think.
So you're George, and you teach people to run really fast, and you bake stuff.
Oh, not run really fast. I teach you how to stay healthy while running.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, I'm going to take a shot of Kraken, because, again, this is my second or third show drinking.
Oh,
feel free to
perfect.
have some if you'd like.
Let's do this. This is the first step to being a healthy person.
Good, healthy runner.
I know. I literally learned someone that's 112 years old that drinks
Wow.
every single day.
Every day.
I know.
That's nutty. I really hardly drink. It's funny, you said drink a whole one of these. The most I've had is 6 or 7 shots, and I was literally stumbling up these stairs. So you just came here, and I'm like, can you imagine being as close to blackout drunk as I could be, walking up those stairs at night? I'm like, oh my God. Thank God I didn't have to go down them.
I could see you rolling up those stairs, but then
Kind of.
very false attempts. Very much false
There was a
attempts.
lot of grabbing the walls. I'm really careful around stairs because when I was in college, so I went up to OSU, and a good friend of mine left a bar, and it was all concrete steps, and he fell down forward, not even backwards where you're skidding down. He just fell down forward, and he just sat and played video games for 3 months because he cracked his tailbone or was really bruised. I'm like, oh my God, be really careful around stairs when you're drunk.
That's a good night drinking right there.
It's funny. Good night, bad ending.
Hey, that's how my friend had a good night. He was drinking one night, and just all he remembers is getting hit by a car.
Really?
That's it. I texted him the next day, what happened? He was like, I don't remember. It was a bottle of tequila, and then it was a trip to the hospital.
Jesus. Really quick
Oh
before
my
we
God.
salute, I'm going to have you keep this
All
1
right,
foot
here.
away from your mouth, roughly. I mean, it doesn't
Check,
sound the
check.
end of the world, but yeah, salute. Cheers.
Salud. Ooh. Ooh, rum's been a
No
minute.
chaser in sight. You don't care at all, do you?
An emotional chaser. I chase my demons.
I'll chase it with some more rum right now.
I've done that before.
Really?
It was a challenge because one of my friends was like, I'll challenge you to shots. And then I was like, you don't want to play this game, bro. I just did a CS chug, Santa chug, with a bottle of Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
And so then he challenged me to shots. And so then for every 2 shots I would take, I would slide him 1.
Jesus. What's so funny is what's the first thing I asked you when you came in here? I'm like, are you 21? You look very young. You keep really good care of yourself. I don't know what it is,
Oh.
but you look like you're literally exactly 21.
It's Maybelline, dude. Come on.
What's
They send you
Maybelline?
have you never seen those commercials where they're just maybe it's Maybelline?
It's a makeup brand.
Yeah.
It's a makeup brand. That's so funny. So how old are you actually if you're teaching college students how to run or how to be healthy while they run?
26.
Damn, that's how old she is.
We made it.
Kenzie, you need
Rough.
to up your Maybelline game.
I know, big time. Fucking rough. Damn.
That's so funny. Me, I'm sitting here, I'm 24. I have worse skin. What the hell?
You guys look young. What are you guys talking about? You guys, time doesn't even phase you
We're
guys.
getting dried out from all these substances. The more, what I'm really coming to realize is that every single different substance I try, we're just coming off nicotine, Juuls and stuff like that.
freaking dope.
Everything dries me out where I'm like, dude, can there just be one drug I can take, alcohol, nicotine, whatever, illegal substances, they like one of them that doesn't dehydrate me. Whereas like as soon as
Yes.
you put 2, this just I'm extra dry.
I know, like you get crossed and it's too late. You
It's
just
too
need like
late.
3 bottles of water and like what is it, electrolyte drink that exists
Salt.
now.
I just chugged salt. Like last night, I
Yeah.
literally put some magnesium and like a tablespoon of salt in something, mixed it up and chugged it. Woke up today feeling all right though.
Oh, but that's not fun. And you like you
That's
don't
no fun.
like. I feel like the best part about the next morning of drinking is like you wake up hungover at a diner, and no one can speak words yet
Yeah.
until like the
We-
pancakes come out.
We may have different favorite parts of drinking. You're just sitting there at the bakery hungover. This is my favorite part of drinking. Last night sucked. I live for the hangover.
I do actually. I feel like you have to appreciate all aspects. There's
I can
no
appreciate
one,
that.
you know.
Yeah. Do you like are you like a meditation person or like well, where do you get your exuberance and your unbelievable amount of energy and charisma from?
Mine?
Yeah.
I genuinely don't know.
Cool.
Like I think I wake up and pick violence, and then it just goes from there.
I like that. You know all those things that say they say choose kindness all over on like the street signs. I just want to get a shirt that says choose chaos.
Thank
the
you.
exact opposite. It's like
Exactly. People pick kindness, and they're like a little like more subtle and like
Yeah.
softer, and it's like no, fuck that. We need people to be loud and
absolutely.
like scream at people because like someone needs a high or something. Like one of the coolest things that has happened lately was I think I was like hungover.
Yeah.
And I walked outside walking my dog to take him to the bathroom, and this dude in a giant SUV comes out, and then he's like, "Hey!" And I thought I was gonna get murdered.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm like, it's 8 a.m. This is the only time that someone's like yelling at you like this is you're getting murdered. I think.
It's 8 a.m. Who's yelling at 8 a.m.?
Exactly. Who's yelling at 8 a.m.? And then he's like, "Yeah, I love your hair. Have a beautiful day." And then I was like, "Okay."
Thank you.
Dodge that
Yeah,
bullet.
really, though.
Exactly. Like, ooh,
That
I can
one-
live another day.
I'm gonna have you scoot like 3 inches to your right.
Okay, gotcha.
Perfect.
It's funny, by still getting used to things, I'm like, I need to like learn how to tweak the mic. Like some people talk really loud and they're exuberant and they're happy, and the other people like kind of talk really quiet like this. So I have to like crank up the microphone. I don't know if you ever like recorded or anything, but it's like if you run it too hot, it like clips and it just sounds horrible. So I'm like trying to fine tune like where people sit and where people look. But like after like 20 episodes, 30 episodes in the new room, I'm gonna feel a lot more confident. But right now I'm changing. Like the last guest had a green screen. Some people
Lucky.
have like this, or you would have wanted the green screen. Some people get like
I don't
actual-
know. I like
an
to try it
actual
all.
forest and stuff. But
What?
I know. So I literally have just honestly probably a couple dozen tapestries, and I just switch them all the time.
This is amazing. Like you get the brick wall. Like it reminds me of Joe Rogan.
I love
Gets
you.
it.
That's it. It's funny. I was like, I got it. I'm like, oh, I'll like throw it wherever. And then as soon as it's behind me, I'm like, why don't I just keep that every episode though?
Right,
It's tight.
exactly. It's like nice and classic, and then you're just like, I don't know. Do you guys? What's your cool intro? Is this the one that you just did right now?
My
I call
cool
BS.
intro? Yeah, I have no intro whatsoever.
No
I do
intro.
no intro to the show. It literally goes fade to black, 3, 2, 1. Who the fuck are you? And then someone's like, who they are, and then I'm like, all right, let's just honestly talk about nothing. Like so many people lately are like, yeah, I could come on your interview podcast. Which rule number 1, conversation, not interview. But everyone's like, well, what's going to be the topic of conversation? I'm like,
What do you need a topic?
yeah, that
for?
doesn't sound fun at all. Like I wouldn't just go hang out at like a lunch with a friend and be like, well, what are we gonna be talking about while we hang out? Because
Like,
I'm
what's the
kind of
tentative
stressed.
schedule, like?
Can I get a 10 in the front? Every 10 minutes there needs to be a topic, or else I just might not go. And then between that and like Delta, and I'm like, a lot of people are very hesitant to be like coming publicly on the show. Fuck coronavirus. I'm mad at it because like all this like was getting set up before Delta happened. And then literally I'm like, cool, I'm like booking shows with everyone, and now it's like raging in Eugene, and everyone's like freaking out again, and I'm like,
Just get
"Man."
vaccinated, call it a day. Let's move forward. You know what
There
I'm
we
saying?
go. I know, but it's
Mhm.
like there's this weird thing where even once people are vaccinated, there's still a level of fear there.
I know. See, that's one of my coworkers actually. Like they still wear a mask to work. Well, they wore a mask to work even when we didn't have to.
Oh wow!
And I was like, dude, you're vaccinated. Like,
And there was no
live a
cases.
little.
There was like no
Live a
cases. in
little.
Eugene.
exactly.
Live
Like you
a
live
little.
once. Like do some cocaine or something. Like I don't know.
Love it. You only live once. Do code. That's on a shirt. That would be so fun. So actually, like, make sure it's like. Here's an interesting example.
I actually did want to make a shirt company with things, random shit that I say.
Right? There's a
Yo!
Tiger. Talks with Tiger, the podcast. Nothing matters except it feels good to do good. Happy, healthy, wealthy, and free. Good is bad, bad is good. So it'd be fun. That's what the Choose Chaos is going to come from. I'm actually going to put them
How
on a
much is
shirt.
that? Like, give me a sec. I got a 5 right now.
I can give you
I
a free
actually
shirt.
gotta-
I'll give you a free shirt sometime.
And I'll pay for it.
I
don't
only
mind.
give them away for free. for the most part now. I was going to sell them, but dude, once you realize shipping cost literally triples the price of the shirt.
Yeah.
Like, so I can make those for really cheap, but then as soon as I'm like, okay, I'm going to officially start selling, and I sold a couple to people, and literally it's like after shipping, it just it took all the money. So like a couple packages are just hand delivered, and I'm like, man, hopefully this will recoup the cost. But I'm like, if anything, it should just be like a marketing thing. Just give people dope ass shirts, you know?
Right, and then they're like, oh, what's this? Like,
Yeah, what the fuck is this? So I'm excited. But yeah, there's no George design on the shirt, but honestly, we could make it because you can screen print so easily, dude. That shirt was $2 to buy.
Are you fucking kidding me?
$2, and then the screen
They're
printing
so
inks.
comfy too.
They're so comfy.
They're way comfier than any other shirt you'll wear.
I will get you one.
Ooh.
And here's the thing: if not this time,
It's a dry fit.
this is gonna be a daily show. So if in like 1 month you come back, I'll have like a perfect shirt ready for you. You can name the color and what design you might want on it, and I'll have it ready for you.
Okay,
You can even
perfect.
put it on and
Custom,
wear it the episode. It'll be fun.
handmade.
I have so many catchphrases.
Dope.
Love it. Yeah, life short, do coke.
Life short, do coke. Hey, it's better than one of my old
I love
people.
anxiety. Choose violence.
Yes.
Yes.
You're my
do
favorite.
coke.
I want to get a job at the bakery, honestly, just to work with you. What the heck?
No, you'd be annoyed by day 2. You're like, this dude's not speaking in a consistent sentence here. Like,
That's what I like. That's how I act. That's how most of my coworkers my whole life acted, where they're like, this guy gets kind of annoying after about a year.
oh, you texted him a year? It takes you about 3 days.
I've had like one job in my life that lasted longer than like, honestly, since COVID started, I went and left like, I think 4 or 5 jobs within 2 days. I'd go to a job, I'd look around, and I'd be like, nah. I'd be like, one of them that just used so much plastic, dude. They literally just wrapped everything like 10 times the saran wrap, and I'm like, I don't really agree with that. The other one, I was actually testing people for COVID for like a week, and then the smoke came in. And then they're like, hey, do you want to come back to work? I'm like,
Hell no.
nah, because it was still kind of smoky, and I just like, we'd been playing in like video games and like chilling, and I was like, I'm good, thank you though.
I ain't vibing with this,
I
actually.
ain't vibing with that. I actually should reach out to the nurse practitioner I was working under, see if she'd come on the show. Margaret. Funny enough, that's also the neighbor's
Really?
name.
Oh my goodness, that's an amazing name. Like, there's some names
Margaret.
out there, like, they just stick with you.
Yeah. Do you have any nicknames? I mean, you're a person of so many words that you must have some name that people call you besides George.
No, it's George.
That's it?
Yeah.
Wow. Even people call her Katron.
K-Tron.
Yeah,
Because
it's pretty.
Kenzie, Katron.
It's pretty.
Not
dope.
even K-Dog?
You could be G-tron.
Ooh, K-Dog's pretty cool. I like that.
See, okay, I'm sticking with that one. You can
Dope.
K-tron, G-spot, and just Tiger.
things I could never
You can't be
achieve.
K-tron and G-tron and T-tron.
I feel like K-spot makes more sense than G-spot. Potassium, you know, like I
That's
don't know.
It is a good
hilarious.
she's a calcium ion exchanger thingy, something like that. So
Exactly.
did you?
Are you stable? Like, because I know there's stable, like
Stable.
isotopes. Like,
Well, if I'm an ion, that would mean no.
Every day is almost a breakdown.
It kind of is.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
I'm always
good.
on the brink a little bit.
Always
so.
on the brink.
also, you're really enjoying life. Like, I feel like if you're not breaking down every day, then you're not living life.
Living life. It's a
Well,
good
sweet.
thing.
I'm living the
As
shit
long
out
as
of
it's
it.
like
then.
a good ratio.
Hell yeah.
Like honestly, like 10 minutes of the day is like, oh my god, I'm fucking everything up. Think about all those bad things, but the rest of the day is good. That means you're doing something right. It's when the ratio gets wrong, where you're like hours of like, did I talk to that person wrong? Did I do this wrong? That's like, I don't want to, you know.
I mean, a
that's,
little bit of that's kind of
That's
fun.
a little bit of
favorite
that's
part.
good.
What are you
That's
talking
your,
about?
How
Like-
is that your favorite part?
Like, cause like if you have like a really good conversation, no one's ever like, yeah, I fucking nailed that conversation. Like,
Thank you. Honestly, yes. Like some people are like, "Hey, could you edit out like 30 seconds of our hour-long episode?" And I'm like, "I don't edit the show." I'm like, I can not put out the episode, or we could redo it." They're like, "Okay, you can put it out then." I'm like, if you have 30 seconds to stress about in a 1-hour episode that you're like, I don't want 1 or 2 people in my life to listen to. I'm like, they're not gonna fucking listen to it the whole time through and be like, that 30 seconds is embarrassing. You should be embarrassed.
You are banned from my life.
Yeah, get
I
outta
don't
here.
like you. You're gonna be on Dr. Phil one day, and
Rough.
I don't know how that's gonna
That'd
go.
be a highlight, wouldn't it? If someone went on, I mean, I'd put that on my resume. I'm like, I went on Dr. Phil. I met a famous person. I was on TV. Low point, what?
There's no low point.
There's no low
There's
point.
only coming ups, even when we're going down.
That's a good way of doing it. Do you watch daytime television? Really quick?
No, I don't
You're
watch
not, because
TV.
you're running, you can't smoke. I'm lighting up a CBD Metolius hemp pre-roll cigarette.
Are you
Kind of a
sponsored?
cigarette? Kind of. I get to smoke them for free on the show. Kind of. And I get to show them to people.
Oh shit!
But but beyond that, no.
This tastes like Coke. Did you guys know this?
Tastes like what?
It tastes like Coca-Cola.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like actual Coke. I'm like, no, it doesn't. Not really.
Should I be snorting this? I don't.
Like, that does not taste like Coke one bit.
That is a cool lighter or
Thank you.
flamethrower.
But yeah, like I don't think I'm actually ever gonna do a sponsor where it's like I take money to talk about your thing on the show. Like hey, we're gonna pause. You should do, I'm like, that would just
He's like,
ruin
this is
the
a
episode.
lovely product. Use my code, 20% off.
And even the whole thing, I'm like, I don't want like a code. I just want to be able to, like, it's a fun thing for like people who can smoke. It's just a fun thing to be able to like smoke and chill and like talk and stuff.
And it's just a good product at the end of the
And
day.
it's a really good product.
Yeah.
And it's just fun and enjoyable to use.
And
so
then use his code. It's Tiger 2021.
It's booty
Code.
liquor 87 at metoliushemp.com. It's actually like a secret code. No, that's someone else's promo code.
While supplies last.
Yeah, but I like it. It's made me smoke a lot more. I don't know. There's this weird debate where everyone's like combustibles are really bad. Have you ever like vaped or anything
Yes, I did it for the tricks mainly.
for like the like rings and stuff like that?
Yeah, I wasn't good at them, but I tried like the nose one.
Ooh,
I felt like
what's
such
the
a
nose
tool.
one?
Like the French inhale.
Oh.
Yeah, the French
Yeah.
inhale.
That's how I do every hit. She kind of makes fun of me for it sometimes. It makes it smoother.
Yes. Like you seem so much cooler. Like
It is pretty cool. It's very aesthetic. for
Wait.
sure.
What's the French inhale actually? Is that the one going into your nose or coming
Yeah.
out your nose? That's the
That.
one. Makes you feel like you have like a mustache too. Like,
Well, and specifically because
which-
I got wildly into DMT sometime, and it's really, really harsh if you just breathe it straight in through your lungs. But if you do a French inhale, it's really smooth, and it almost is completely flavorless, like air. So I started French inhaling because of DMT, and then I brought it to a Jewel because she can chief down a Jewel like no other. Seriously.
damn straight.
She'll go
I
through
love
multiple
them.
pods a day. I'm like struggling to get through like half a pod a day. I'm like,
I
oh
love
my
them so
lord.
much.
How?
It's like the one thing that just grips me so
Grips.
much. Like I don't know why I'm just so addicted to it.
Do you have a poem about this?
A poem, only a couple.
Okay, I want to hear these. I would like to
Maybe
know
later.
Dearest Julie Jewel, why do you do this to me? You make me go crazy when I have to leave you.
My emotions distraught, left behind.
Truly. There's something about quitting nicotine that makes you just like, something's off in the universe.
Yeah.
What's wrong? And you can't put a finger on it. And then you take a little bit of nicotine and you're like, oh, everything's great.
That makes perfect
That
sense.
makes perfect sense. I wanted more dopamine. Of course. That's it. Yeah.
It gives you dopamine? I need that. Okay. I'm going to start.
You're supposed to get it from running. You get runner's high only. That's the only
It's
high
not
you
even a
get.
good high because then like the come down is kind of harsh.
Is it? Your
Yeah.
knees start aching. Your ankles start hurting. You're hungry, sleepy.
Right, exactly. You're like kind of tired. You're sweating. I think it affects your sex drive. I don't know.
Seems like running would raise my sex drive. If anything, like the times in my life where I like work out and like I'm the most active, I have the most energy for other things, like other like endeavors and stuff. It's when I start being like a lazy sack of shit that I'm like, I don't have energy for anything. Like if I'm like not doing the podcast, I also just like watch TV and play video games. So like if I'm like going on walks daily, that's even enough exercise for me. Then I have like energy to do stuff. It's like this surprising power, it makes more power kind of thing, you know?
That's beautiful AF. Just going on your nature walks.
Nature. Well, not anymore. So yeah, we used to live. I don't know if you've ever been to Fernridge Lake. Did you grow up here?
No, I grew up in Vegas and then I've lived in Utah for 5 years. And Utah is like, all they got is trees
Wow.
and Mormons.
And Mormons.
Like, trees and
Classic.
Mormons.
Instantly. Everyone, literally, it's like so closely associated with like Salt Lake and Utah that everyone's like, Mormons. Instantly. Is it that bad? So I've literally never even been to Salt Lake or Utah. I've gone through Salt Lake Airport once.
No, it's not that bad. Like you can't even really tell
It's not
unless
that
you're
bad.
like paying attention. I think.
Interrogating people. What's your religious beliefs? Why are you so nice?
Right, exactly. Can I invite you to my next function that involves more than one bottle of alcohol?
The funny thing about thinking about it, like, what if a whole town was Mormons? Like, would they still go door to door and be like, hey, you still Mormon? And be like, yes,
they do.
I am.
They did. They came to
each
my
other?
door all the
Every
I mean,
day.
they never recruited me because,
No.
like, I don't know why.
You're
I
already
think
a
'cause I made-
Satanist.
well, like, I did do this thing where I had milkshake hour, and during milkshake hour, obviously you make milkshakes, and they would pray during my milkshake hour. And so, like...
Don't pray here.
No.
I make milkshakes here.
Exactly. I
Yeah,
even
no.
asked them. I would ask them, like, hey, do you guys want a milkshake?
Yeah.
And then they would, like, be like, dear Father, and then I'd go,
George's milkshake brings all the Mormons to the yard. Damn right.
They're annoyed because they're like, fuck, like, I needed a milkshake during this prayer. Like, it's kind of a tough one today.
Dear God, help me digest this lactose. I'm about to consume. Please don't blow me out.
I would ask them if they wanted to take a hit too. They stopped coming over after that.
I bet. They're like, he's too far gone. We're not getting
We lost him.
He's lost in milkshake and weed land.
Not even Jesus can save him. He's
Not
like-
even Jesus. Dude, Mormons don't believe in Jesus.
Do they?
They believe in, what was it? There was Joseph something with the seer stone. Did you learn anything about Mormonism at all when you were there? How wild it is? It's like really new, really random. Doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, Joe Rogan, that guy talks about it all the time.
Does he really?
All the time. Like literally
Shit, I should
any
watch him.
opportunity, he just like brings it back up. What do you watch in your free time in terms of like TV shows, podcasts, video games? What do your eyes, TikTok, what do your eyes look at most of the time?
People. I just watch people all day, to be honest. I'm just kidding. No, I go
You have a roommate and you're just like staring at them, watching TV.
Like, what is this person
Nice.
doing today?
Must-
Like from their window at 9 p.m. Of course.
Oh yeah,
Like when they're watching TV and making dinner. Like
that's the best time to
normal
people watch.
do. No, I go on TED Talks mainly most of the time.
You watch TED Talks, so you're
Yeah.
like a well-informed human being.
No, actually, no.
No, specifically not.
Like think of it like a memory chip that you just like upload things to, but then you like lose the memory chip.
Yeah. So why do you upload it in the first place? Is it like enjoyable then? Because like if I'm not gonna remember something, I just want to like enjoy it. Like I want it to be like a Call of Duty, like a numbing out thing, or like a. What video games have you played in your life? What references would you get if I made like a RuneScape or like a World of Warcraft?
I'm
Nothing.
uncultured.
Okay, some running
Like,
video
you-
game. No, I'm kidding.
I
Running
barely know about
simulator.
running. People would be like, "Do you know this runner?" And I'm like, "Dude, I don't even."
I was born fast as fuck.
No, I wasn't. I was like, I work kind of hard, so I'm just gonna like keep that trend going into running, even though you're not allowed to try hard in running or in life. You're not.
All
actually
runners
allowed
have to try hard, dude. You know when
No,
you
they're
see
just
people
insane.
running and they literally run like this, with their like hands like limp like
Don't
that.
even, like,
you gotta like
get-
run like at least look like okay, I have enough energy to run. Not. I'm like just stop running and walk.
No, I'll correct them. I'll be like, "Yo, fix that."
Someone running on the street. You have bad form.
No, I'll tell them how to correct it. I'm just like, lock your elbows or something. I don't know. I'm
Okay,
like,
you're the most important person I could possibly ask this to. Do you ever barefoot run?
no.
No. Do you know? Okay, so I have someone close to my life who I really like and love, and he really pushes
It's
on
fucking
me.
Dan. Is it Dan?
No. I do love someone named Dan. That's interesting.
Did he barefoot run?
No,
It's
okay,
fucking Dan.
literally the next door's neighbor. He's like, I'm like, yeah, I run like I barefoot. I like land on my heel and then move to the ball of my foot. He's like, no, don't do that. Ball of your foot only. And I'm like, maybe though. I don't have knee pain. You do. You do it on the ball of your foot.
You're
I hit-
limping, sir.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, and he's like, well, that's because you're 24, and I'm like, fair point, but let's see who, like, I'm like, so do you run like ball of your foot only, or do you run like heel to, like, it makes more sense like you're going like this, right, like, whoosh, whoosh, rather than like this weird like.
Oh, I like so.
How
I
do
mean,
I
I run
run?
on the ball of my foot, but I mainly just bounce.
Bounce.
Like I bounce.
Nice.
Like people like get mad at me because like I don't actually like move my hips that much. I just literally just like go on the ball of my feet and just bounce up and down
ball of your
for
foot
like
guy.
6 miles or something
You'd
like
really
that.
like the next door neighbor. He's the ball of the fuck guy as well.
Oh, I just fucking let's go. Where's he at?
Let's go.
Where is he?
I'm big heel person because I'm like, man, like your body likes like this, like a lot of pressure, like deadlifting and stuff. How it's like a weight bearing exercise, it like builds the bone density. I'm like,
Yeah.
I think your body's meant to like withstand a little bit of weight, you know?
Oh, 100%. Like your
100%.
body can. The only reason it ever gets injured is because you have an imbalance.
because
That's
you're a
like,
little pussy.
that's what I tell my athletes, and they're like, "You can't say that
I have
because you
shin
signed
splints."
you signed a waiver that said like you wouldn't actually say that kind of language at work."
Hey
And-
George, can I stop running on concrete? My shins, they're like the doctor said they're actually splinting. Please, I just need like turf or something. No, stop being a little bitch. It's an imbalance and you're running.
Exactly. Balance your fucking life,
Balance
dude.
it.
Like, come on.
Have you ever done like one of those really cool treadmills where it's like slows it down and like shows how perfect your form is?
No, what is that?
So you don't really like run that much. I don't know. Like I've just
I
seen it
don't.
at like a walking store, like a nice shoe store, and then like some YouTube videos have it.
All the hipster shoe stores?
Yeah. So you're like more of a baker than you are a runner. Running pays the bills, but your true hobby is baking.
No, like I mean, no, baking pays the bills. Like I
Whoa.
just do like photo shoots throughout the country. That's what actually like kind of pays the bills than actually like running.
Really?
Yeah.
You do photo shoots?
Yeah, I'm in like a few commercials actually.
What?
Yeah.
You're a photographer or you're an actor?
No, I'm a photographer. But with this photographer that I've met,
Yeah.
we have this really good show idea. I'm bringing it up now because it's gonna happen.
Yes.
It's where
Dope.
you think of 90 90 fiance, 90-day
Yeah,
fiance.
yeah, yeah.
So it's like that meets Jersey Shore meets The Bachelor in Europe.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
How about in Hawaii?
No, we're still in America. I can get arrested for half the things I'm gonna do.
What are the half the things you're gonna do?
Fair.
So this is gonna be perfect. So first things first, the goal is for me to. Oh, I know. Meets 40-year-old virgin,
Solid.
right?
So it's gonna be like old
That's a virgin.
person,
yes.
virgin,
Gets
crazy.
a bunch of women for 90 days or a bunch of guys for 90
I know.
days.
I'm kind of confused on the.
How does it
plot.
work?
Yeah.
Boom. Okay, I'm
And
glad
there's
you
waxing.
asked.
Yeah, please.
There is waxing. Hopefully not the taint area, but so
Hopefully
we're
the
gonna
taint area.
the safest place in the world. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go to Europe. I'm gonna try and find a wife, but I'm gonna interview a bunch of women at different bars every single night. I'm gonna have like an arch enemy, which is gonna be my friend Randy,
Nice.
and she's just gonna take those women from me every single night.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna have like one of my other friends who's just gonna be like, "This is a stupid idea. Like, you should be doing something better with your life." But like, I just pay her $5,000 to sit on a beach and read a magazine.
Can I replace her in
Yeah.
that?
Can it be-
100%. But you have to be discerned the whole time.
Oh, check. Done.
Like you have
Ready.
to be like disapprove of everything that I'm doing. Like I'm like rating women, and then I'm just like saying like this one was good.
You
This one
can't
was
do
not
that.
good.
That's unreasonable.
You're hired.
Great.
You're hired.
Sweet.
Nice.
All
I
right,
can be
I'm
your
done
an-
being your podcast manager.
I'm going to Europe.
No, it's like a group of people too. So my friend Emily's gonna help me out because like she's gonna produce it because she's a
Solid.
photographer. She
Doesn't
like
produce just mean like pay for it to happen?
yeah.
She's a photographer. She'd be like the director at that point then, right? Or like the director of photography?
No, she's hiring someone else to like direct it.
Oh, nice.
But like I know she has a lot of money, so I'm gonna ask her
Nice.
to produce
A
it.
woman who has a lot of money?
She
Score.
does. She
You could
works
be a
with
gold
like
digger.
the Knicks and like she works in the NBA a lot. And,
Wow.
Like, the tours.
She lives here?
No, she lives in Santa Barbara.
Ooh,
Right, no,
probably
yeah,
a pretty
like
nice
Santa
place. But that would have been
Barbara.
fun to see her and meet her, but yes.
No, yeah. If you want to meet her, she's like a hoot and a half.
Fun. I like hoot and half people. She ever visit Eugene? Or you wait, when would you have met her if she's in Santa Monica or Santa Barbara?
Where did I?
Did she
meet
used to live in Utah? Like where would you two cross paths?
her? Oh, I drink too much.
You do.
I'll drink to
You
that.
seem like an alcoholic. No, I'm kidding. You seem like a really fun person.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. How about before this, we do a skit where you go to a bar and do a similar idea to your sketch where you hit on women, and I'm your anti-wingman. I come up and I'm like, hey.
No, it has to be a girl because I know the success rate for women is a
Yeah.
lot higher than men.
Okay, so Kenzie comes up, and she's
No, she's
like,
my discern. She's discerned.
I don't know what discern means. Like unapproving?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you
But
have
I'm
to be
saying-
discerned the whole time.
I'm saying prior to your show, like prior to your show coming out, you could like test it, like get your charismatic footing with women going. But the whole time you're fighting against her coming up and being like, "Hey, are you allowed to be like this close to like elementary schools?" And like, "Hey, did your criminal like charge pass?" And like, "Ooh, wait, did you leave the roof and all with me, or is this yours and stuff?" And like, you really have to convince women. You're like, she doesn't know what she's talking about. Trust me, I'm a normal person.
Right, and then Curb Your Enthusiasm plays in the
Yes.
background. And then
That would be a pretty funny skit, wouldn't it? The anti-wingman. And then from there, you launch off into stardom. You go over in Europe and you like do your whole like.
they're like, he's been arrested 3 times.
Yeah,
and
but
like,
none of it's real. But people are like, what? Why can't you be near an elementary school? And you're like, I'm scared of swing sets. So you just make up literally any excuse you can.
Oh, I love it. It's just like a nice like improv, like
Yeah.
like kind of freestyle. I'm a
Little
big
yes
fan of
and.
this.
The downside is a lot of women would think you're like, you've done horrible things with no basis. It's like, no, Kenzie, I actually like this girl. Shut up. You just tell that girl to shut up.
But then it's not as fun. Like, if like you really like someone, then like there'll be like a double connection, you know what I'm saying?
I do.
So then like if me like being around children and having to be banned from that area and then that being brought up to her does not agree with her,
feel
we
like
weren't meant to be.
Any worthwhile person would be very off put by that. They'd be like, adios.
Hey, love is love,
No, I mean, some people like don't even move into houses when there's like sex predators in the area or like whatever. They're like, and I'm like thinking about like, I don't think Kenzie and I will ever buy a house. We're just gonna rent. Cause like, think about really quick to derail the conversation. Think about the situation Kenzie and I are in. Like, we don't know you, and like we're having a show every day. So in 1 year, we have 360 people that we like don't really know coming and figuring out where we live. So I'm like, if we owned a house after a year, there'd be 1,000 strangers who vividly know the inside of my house. So I'm like, that doesn't seem safe. I want to like move every like 3 to 5 years, you know? I'm like, I don't know if
that explains why you moved 10 days ago.
That's why I moved. No, I funny enough, I moved away from my parents because they live in like this really nice place out on a lake. And then I befriended the people right next door.
What?
I know, nutty. I'm friends with my parents.
No, you moved from that? Like, of course you'd be friends with your parents. Like, you know, they're people.
Yeah, but
at some point.
The person right there runs an electric vehicle company, the second largest one in the United States behind Tesla, Arkamoto.
This dude owns Arkamoto?
Yes.
Barefoot guy?
Yes.
Okay, I have some questions for him.
You should be. He would love you. You are such a phenomenal person.
I'll throw
That's
hands
so,
up.
wait, so you've seen like Fubs going around or something like that?
Which one? What fuss?
Like the Arkamotos? Have you seen them by chance? They're,
Yeah,
like,
because
three-wheel-
Domino's has like a shit ton of them.
Yes.
Cool.
So he makes them.
I didn't know that.
He makes them?
He makes them.
Is he like a garage type of building, or is he just kind of like...
It's a publicly traded company. It's on like the stock exchange. Isn't that nutty? And so I reached out to him like, hey, would you come on my podcast? And 1 month later, I'm moving in next to him. And then when we record the show, Delta's around, and he's got to be really careful, especially with like employees and stuff like that. So
Right,
we end up
'cause he owns
recording
the
outside, and much like we hear right now, the dog's barking. So I'm like, the episode, I sent it to him. He might post it. I might post it. However it works. Once Delta's gone, he's gonna come on the show like formally, because this is like, there's something about being in like a room closed off with like no distractions, isn't there?
Right.
Where it's like, man, I just really like there's nothing else. How many times in life are like we like this with other people where it's like, okay, there's no phones, there's no food, there's no thing to do.
Oh, you're right.
We just chill and talk.
That right there.
I mean like I mean it's fun.
So, exactly. Freestyle,
But
uncultured, raw.
There's something about
unfiltered.
it. It's nice to get to know people. If anything, I'm excited for winter because we're gonna be on like the second floor, and right now, like, are you toasty in here?
Yeah, it depends.
I'm
Not
Toast
really.
City. Hot.
Shit. I like
But anyways, so in winter, because we know like if an AC is in here, it's gonna be like "Brrr," the whole fucking time. We're not looking for that. So we're amped. We just moved in. We've only been here in the hottest months of the hottest weeks of the year. We've had the AC running 24/7,
Yeah, pretty much nonstop.
pretty much
Keeping it cool.
nonstop. So I'm like, do you live on first floor? How far away do you live?
From here?
Yeah.
What's your
Like,
exact
full-
address?
What's your
So
home address?
my exact address.
No,
is-
no.
Kidding.
I don't know it.
You don't know it.
I don't know. I don't even think you want to know it. There's like a Manic homeless person in front of my building right now,
Fun.
and he tries to go into like everyone's houses. So
Ooh.
like
Oh.
find me at my address 1234
Sounds
Ferry
like-
Street.
It sounds like if you don't lock your door, you get a fun stranger hanging out with you.
Exactly. We're
It's
having
like,
breakfast every
Hey,
morning.
buddy.
I bought him fruit punch once, and we're
What makes someone manic? Was he just like yelling or like energy or like what about him?
well, like in a calm state, he's just sitting on a bench, just vibing out.
Vibing.
And like in a manic state, he's like yelling his eyes out at like I don't even know. Like I'm just trying to go to sleep half the time,
Rough.
and I'm just like, bro, I feel that.
Normal-
Like that's a relatable moment.
Kenzie and I are the manic people. We're up till like what 3 or 4 a.m. most every night, and we like blare music. And we may be the manic people in most people's lives, or at least in all of our neighbors' lives. We're the people like thumping the Billie Eilish at 4 a.m.
Well, it depends which songs. Like, is it the
Depends what
new album?
songs. Yes.
I haven't heard the new album.
It's okay.
It's also bellyache.
That's okay.
Because at the end of it's funny, a show or two ago, I was taking some random illicit substance and alcohol, and literally at the end of talking to someone for an hour, I'm like, my belly aches, and I'm like, oh, I get that Billie Eilish song now. It's like for some reason you don't want to fart, and you're like kind of holding in anxiety, which for some reason you like, but I'm like, I don't like belly aches, man. Because you want to like lay down for an hour and just be like,
Like the fart one?
Yeah,
No, that's a horrible feeling. What
it's
are
a
you talking
horrible
about?
feeling. It's like, why is there gas inside of me? And then I'm like, what did I eat lately? None of it adds
Beans.
up.
It's fucking beans.
Beans. It's
Half the
spaghetti
time.
for me. Believe it or not, spaghetti is like the #1 fart food.
Oh no, are you gluten intolerant?
Am I? It's like that's actually what, in the middle of a drunk podcast, someone tells me, "Yeah, that's because you're gluten intolerant." I like look it up. I completely radically changed my diet for the rest of my life. Thanks, George. I appreciate it.
No, fuck that. No, if you're gluten intolerant, eat more gluten.
Eat more gluten. Show your stomach who's the boss. Don't be a little bitch who
It's
lets.
actually control. You're in control, not your body.
I'm in control.
Fuck the
not my body.
patriarchy.
There we go. Fight the matriarchy.
Tesla and
Honestly, women have a couple too many rights. No, I'm kidding. Fight the patriarchy. You're a man. Represent your side. No, I'm kidding. Obviously, very kidding.
Yeah, we're on a losing side right now. I've already determined that like within the next 15 to 20 years, women are gonna take over, and men are fucked. Like, you know, like if you stand as like a conservative, you're probably fucked. You know. So
Can you guess who I voted for in 2020?
Hint,
it might be on the board, especially as number 2.
you voted for yourself?
No, I wish.
I would have voted for myself. I voted for myself, actually. Let's see. Don't feed the Kenzie.
That's number 3. That's number 3.
What did you do?
Number 2. Number 2.
Don't say anything.
Because
Damn straight you voted for Kanye. He's a fucking genius.
Thank you. This is like the second episode in a row. So many people are against him, but I'm like, low key, that guy is a fucking national gem.
You did not hear College Dropout? Come
Yes.
on. Great fucking album.
I have the vinyl for College Dropout.
Listen to you podcasters. Kanye West was a great fucking singer / artist / producer.
It might be hidden away somewhere. Oh, look at that.
What is what?
Boom.
Is this your ballot?
It's your
I've like
Damn
literally
straight.
3 vinyls in my life, and you name one of them. The College Dropout. That's so
Hell
funny,
yes.
right?
Alpha
Okay.
stamp. Omega stamp. Sigma stamp.
That and Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Those are my 2 Kanye albums. I had Jesus, and I gifted it away. Like I have a mental disorder. Why would I do that?
Was it to a friend? Was it to an enemy? Because that's a bold statement right there. If you
a
give
bold
something to your
statement.
enemy, like they have to choose whether or not you like them, even though you know you don't like them.
I don't have any enemies. You have enemies? Who would possibly dislike you? They'd
A
be
lot
like,
of people.
that George person, he's just too nice, too goddamn good looking, and too fucking charismatic. He like everyone
hitting
loves
on
him,
me?
so I need to hate him. Maybe. No, I'm kidding. But like, there's something about people disliking people, like being suspicious of people who are too nice and like happy. They're like, why aren't you depressed like me? I watch the news. I'm like well educated, and they're like angry and sad and stuff. There's something nice to being like blissfully ignorant, like understanding like horrible things go on, but being like, despite all that, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna be happy.
Well, this is like a Buddhist saying. Like it's like if you can't do anything to it right away, then you should not concern yourself with it.
So you do meditate.
No, I don't. Meditate.
Also, that literally is almost directly related to a saying I told someone last night. It's like, do not tend to the part of the garden you can touch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Like, okay, if you can literally act on it right now, don't worry about it because just act it. Or if you can't, why are you worrying about it?
Right, exactly. And like, I mean, like for the most part, I'll listen to
Where
people.
have you been my
'cause I'm
whole
like,
life?
Where have I been?
Yes.
Right
Met you at a
here.
bakery. I'm like, I'll see you in like 4 months. I'm like, oh, instant best friend. You're a wonderful person.
Are you sure?
Kenzie says yes.
I don't know. That eye roll was like, this son of a bitch just said 90 Day Fiance means Jersey Shore.
I'm into it.
meets 40-year-old virgin.
45.
45.
I'm 46 now.
Meets 26-year-old virgin.
I age well. Maybelline.
If you were actually
20% code.
Maybelline, does Maybelline actually sponsor you? This is insane.
I hope so. Like, I'm
hope
hoping
so.
like they see this and they're like, you're fucking hired.
They're like,
And
yo,
then-
you're 26. I'm 18. But thanks for the alcohol. Who would say no to being 21 when they come on the show? I guess we just had someone who like offered a joint to him. He's like, I'm 20. I'm good. Thank you. I'm like, if I was 20, I would have fucking lied and be like, hell yeah, thank you.
Even still, like, if you're 20, you're like, fucking dope. Give me like 3 joints. Like, I'm not going to get this till I'm 21. Like,
Yeah.
and like, what's the smoking age? 18? 13?
No, it's 21 now.
12? 21?
Yeah.
Who makes these rules?
The government.
What government? This government? The democracy one?
Doesn't even make sense,
The
does it?
democracy
Doesn't
one.
even make sense, does it? That's what Kenzie and I used to say. Like, that used to be our saying for people like, wait, are you guys married? Because we've been together like forever, for our whole lives.
Oh, that's adorable.
And it's like, well, why aren't you guys married? It's like, well, we don't believe in God or the government. So why would we get married? Because that's like the whole point of like religion or like marriage and stuff. So it's like, we're not up for that.
Yeah, why can't you just be tight? Like
Why can't we just be tight? Thank
Exactly.
you.
That's
That's what we're
gonna
gonna
start
say.
saying.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. Like someone was literally like, hey, if you guys did get married, would you have got a prenup? And I'm like, why can't we just be tight?
We've had so many people who are like, why do you call each
Interrogate
other
us.
partners? Are you guys engaged? I'm like, what's
Engaged
it to
to
you,
what?
fucker? Like,
Mind your
Daddy,
business,
yeah.
sir.
Yes, we're partners in crime.
Wait,
Maybe.
what crimes?
All
I've
the
done many
fun ones.
crimes.
All
Many
the fun
heists.
ones.
arson?
How many arsons? I've only done 2.
sacrifices.
I've only done 2. Do you want a fun tool for your next one? I give you one of the cool lighters. The whoosh.
I have 3 lighters.
You have 3 lighters?
I have 2 torches, 3 lighters.
I have.
Nice.
Actually, I have 12 lighters. I don't know why I lied
I
about
thought
that.
I would.
I don't know why I had that.
In my box of tools, normally I have 3 lighters. Oh, there's a second one.
Hey, it's important. Like, you don't know who's coming in your door. Like,
really don't.
It could be your friendly lighter or your, like, I'm defending myself lighter.
I'm getting a really cool knife, and I'm so excited. And I didn't think it'd be that important. And as soon as I told some people, they were like, "You should have a gun." And I'm like, "Okay." So first off, Kenzie got these, and I learned how to do them. And I'm fucking excited. Where it's like,
My
the butterfly
brother
knife.
does that so much. He's so good at it, too.
Yeah, he's probably way better than me. We've been doing it for like 1 week. But
a
I also got
blast.
another knife. So I'm like, I think a knife's like moderately a safe choice.
Fuck.
Or
Drawers?
nothing.
I would have brought,
And
like, a
imagine-
whole bunch of shit if I had drawers on this side.
Dude, so Kenzie, close your eyes. Okay, and imagine like you were like at night, close them.
Okay.
And I like pointed this right at your eyes. You'd be like, ow, like, really? This is really, really, it's really bright.
I'd mainly just be confused. Whether or not I'm blind, I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
What's
right?
going on? I think you'd blind someone with it. So I'm like, that's a tentative tool for at night. You're
Hey,
just
I
seeing all
worked
my
in
tools.
fast food. Sun's been in my face for years. That ain't gonna phase me. But I'm also not
I worked
gonna,
at
like,
Chipotle.
murder
What fast food did you work at? Or wait,
Like,
do you
it's
consider...
like Chipotle, but it's like Utah's version of Chipotle.
What?
Costa Rica.
Nice.
It's like Costa
So you made
Rica, but
burritos?
yeah, I made some damn fucking burritos.
That's so
straight
funny. We worked almost the same job. That's
Triple
hilarious.
C thick burritos out here, like, you know, like how we like them.
Nice.
Well, burritos.
I literally went to the bakery. I'm not cheating on the Great New Day Bake or the Great Morning Bake. What's this called? What's
I
it
don't
called?
even know.
Honestly, I don't even.
But anyways, so there's a bakery right here called New Day Bakery, and I've been going there in the morning, and I may have just worn my shirt, and getting their pastries. So I am sorry for cheating on your bakery.
They're nothing.
They're nothing.
compared to
No,
what
you're
you guys
good.
are
I make recommendations to other bakeries at my
Really?
bakery.
Wow.
That's like the bakery's job. Like, we're supposed to just, like, it's a network. Like,
Wow.
we tell
so
someone
you good
about
with
the other
like
bakeries.
Bill? I don't remember his last. Bill Mahoney
Bill
at
Mahoney.
New Day Bakery.
No.
Oh, it's been going since like
Hey.
1950 or something crazy.
What?
Okay,
But he
right?
said New Day. What the fuck is this shit? Is it gonna light it?
No, but isn't that kind of nice?
Whoa.
It's funny. The camera picks that up pretty well, actually.
Does it really?
Yeah.
This reminds me of many strip clubs I've been at.
You've been in a strip club as a dancer?
Well, no. I mean, I wish I was a dancer. It was my girlfriend's birthday. And
You
she
have a
was like,
girlfriend?
let's go to... No, I
Out of
have a
time,
girlfriend.
Out of time. Now you have a boyfriend.
No, I know. I try to switch up. Make it
I
up.
have to go back and forth. Like I can't play odds. Then
No,
it'd
it's
be
like exactly.
sexist.
This is a fast-paced world, you know. We gotta like
It's a
keep up with the
surprisingly
times.
fast-paced world.
Exactly.
Someone asks you, yes, like when did you become gay? It's just a fast-paced world out
Hey,
there.
they keep up, bro. Like,
there's
are
so
you
many,
not gay?
Yeah,
Like-
there's so many women. A man slips in there. Who could tell?
Exactly.
A
It's
random
like,
Creed
you
Bratton
just get like a
joke.
penis in there. It's like if you notice, then you're clearly not up with the times.
There we go. Yeah, no, life's moving very, very fast. Between like, honestly, maybe it's just like as soon as you turn like mid-20s, you're like, the years stop coming and they don't stop coming.
You don't stop coming and they don't stop
Something-
coming.
Back to the.
Back to the-
Brian and they hit the
Hit the
ground
ground
running.
running.
So
Hit the
it makes sense to live for fun.
Your
The
brain gets smart, but your head gets dumb.
So much to do, so much to see, so much wrong with taking the back streets.
Woo!
You never know if you don't go.
Hey!
None of
Nice.
us know the next
I don't know the next
But pretty
words.
much that, I'm like, holy fuck,
You
time's
could have
going
remade
fast.
the whole lyrics, and
We
I wouldn't even
could've.
know.
We all had them pretty
No, I
accurate.
actually had this thought the other day. I was like, holy shit. I'm like, time takes forever.
Forever. It's like life's literally the longest thing you'll ever know.
That's actually
Crazy.
true. I'm like counting the seconds every single day. Like even right now, I'm like, holy shit, it's only been like 13 minutes.
Whoa.
The
I'm
agony.
kidding.
How long has
The
it actually been?
agony.
I have literally
40. It's right there at the bottom. 43.
no dank.
I'm also not good with math.
Me either.
It's a weird 43-minute book. I didn't give you one of these when I saw you last, did I?
You want me to read it right now?
No,
I
no,
saw
no,
it
no.
right there on the wall, and I was like, huh, interesting.
So you'd be number 66 that I've ever given away of this book. I've given away 65 copies.
I'll return it to let you know I read it.
So it takes 10 months to read.
10 months to read.
Yeah. I'm gonna slightly burn your copy because normally I like
I love it. It's like it's an insignia. Like some people sign their books, and then some people like
I didn't write this.
take them.
This is literally I just spent like way too much money on buying someone else's book. Surprise it or not. Believe it or not.
It's
a
okay.
great-
I have
it's
a
a great
book
book.
coming out too.
Do you really?
you?
You
Yeah.
write?
Yeah,
What'd you write about?
it's about the 3, 5, 10, 20 rule. What's this book about?
What's the 3, 5, 10,
Whoa,
20
whoa,
rule?
whoa! Back it up. I want to hear
3,
about.
That's just how your life is
That's
based.
18.
7's in there somewhere, but I don't understand 7, so 7's irrelevant.
Cool. So the first 50
Does that say
pages
chakra?
is like fiction, and then it goes to chapter 8, the scroll marked 1. Today I begin a new life, and it's like you read each one of these in the morning, afternoon, and night, and it's a lot of fun. I'm on scroll 5 right now. She's on scroll 4.
Wait, why does it take so long?
Because you're supposed to read it every day for 30 days, 3 times a day.
3 times a day. It seems crazy, but I swear to God, this is the most psychedelic thing you'll ever do. And so, you know who Matthew McConaughey is by chance?
Yeah, I know who Matthew
So
McConaughey
he wrote a book called Green Lights.
I love that song.
And and in it he says this is the most impactful thing on his life outside like his parents, so it's like pretty big. And so I'm like, I'll get one, and then I got 10 more, and then I started giving them away to people, and then I just started putting my sticker on it and giving away to a ton of people. And normally I like inscribe it, but I'm like, seriously, read the first, like you blow through the first 50 pages. It's a fun fiction story, and then you get to page 51 and realize you're the greatest salesman in the world. Whatever you want to sell, it's just like overarching like positive things in your life.
What?
Yeah.
That's actually like my favorite thing in the world to do is sell.
Dope. Really? Normally I hate selling, except for that book's kind of made me like it.
But that's life, you know? Like, you sell yourself. You sell, like... You have to sell yourself to yourself. Like, that's a crazy thought.
That's what that's about.
Preach
That's
it.
funny.
Are you
Preach it.
kidding?
Yeah.
I know. I need to stop watching TED Talks.
Oh, guess what I do for a living right now?
Right, TED Talks?
Oh,
Or
TED Talks. I thought
convince-
you said TikToks.
You do TikToks?
Yes.
I got
That's
banned from
funny.
TikTok.
TED Talks. Did
got
you?
banned?
For what? Pornography again?
Fuck yeah. How'd you know?
That's funny.
Do you follow me?
Maybe. TED Talks sounds scary close to TikToks. That's actually surprising. Did you mishear TikToks?
Whoa.
I wasn't listening.
She wasn't listening. She spaced out.
Maybe it was like the company that made it mispronounced it, and they're like,
Could've been.
sold. That's the new
TikToks?
name.
TikToks. Whatever it is. Yeah. What do you like? If you have one TikTok that you'd promote to other people, what would it be?
I don't actually watch TikToks.
TED Talks.
TED Talks.
It's funny. I said TED Talks.
That time I misheard it as TikToks.
Oh, maybe I
Whoa.
said TikToks. TikToks on the brain.
Whoa, what a trick.
What a trip.
Hey, podcast people, pay attention, because there's,
attention.
like, we've been saying TED Talks and TikToks.
You don't even know which is which. You have no idea.
Yeah, exactly. Pay attention, guys. World's real.
I'm going to start doing Kenzie's job for her. Look at this. We're on number 3.
Exactly.
Now we're on George.
Camera
now
5,
we're on
camera
me.
6.
Now we're on number 3.
Let's fucking go.
Ooh. Okay.
We changed the game. Sorry, Kenzie.
It's back to Kenzie's job. Kenzie, stop outshining me. This is my fucking job.
These are my 3 buttons to press. Fuck off.
It's funny. I wonder if I could go to that camera and actually like zoom in on it. The podcast listeners would be like,
What's going
what?
on?
But then the people who like listen on like watch like the video, they're like, who would watch a whole podcast on video? Yet for some reason I'm recording it all. I need to spend time and cut the clips. I haven't yet.
Don't cut clips.
Thank you.
Raw, unfiltered, Jerry Schumacher.
Who's Jerry Schumacher?
Sounds familiar.
I was
What
thinking
is
of
that?
Jerry Springer, and then thought of someone
Unfamiliar.
else.
Oh.
Schumacher. Where did that even come from? The inner machinations of George's mind. Schumacher.
Well, 'cause I swear your brain is supposed to have like 20 thoughts at once, and you just are like, okay, I have to focus on one for like 5 minutes. And I just said, fuck it.
Sounds like someone who likes
That's it.
coca leaves would say. Your brain's supposed to have 20 thoughts at once, and you're supposed to convince someone else of all of them.
See, exactly. Now you need cocaine so you can do the same thing your brain already knows how to do.
but quicker. But yet somehow not sustainably. It's like really short acting quicker, and then you feel really bad. And I'm like, why would I want to do that again, ever? Yet I do. It's
The cocaine one or the 20 thoughts one?
cocaine.
Oh, that's easy. Go to San Francisco. And
You go to San Francisco. Hey, I'm in San Francisco. Someone said, George said you had nice drugs here. Everyone?
Oh, no, you just go to, like, any bathroom in San Francisco, and someone's always doing a coke line, and since you see them, they're obligated to be like, you want to hit? Most of the
Wow.
time.
So you spent time in San Francisco in the gay clubs there?
Damn straight, you know? Gotta get me a man, you know?
It's a surprising thing, but I subtly try to insinuate that every guest is gay for no reason whatsoever.
I'll buy it, you know?
The last guest, literally, he spent, love him very much. Love you, man. But he literally spent the whole time, like, railing on how bad factory meat is. And I'm like, I'm still going to go get a Crunchwrap Supreme after this show. And I literally did eat, actually, like, a bratwurst after it. But he was like, yeah, I was walking down the meat aisle and was like, is that what you call the gay club? And he was like, paused for a second. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't think it's that bad. It's really fun to fuck with people more than anything.
I love that, actually.
But
Like,
anyways,
that's my favorite thing.
You were in San Francisco.
Oh, yeah, no, we would just go to, like, clubbing and just, like, dance. Like I would have like one shot, and I'm like, let's go, like dance. Exactly. Just like grind up on any guy that I can get up on, and be like, hey, you single?
Nice.
And then this man comes up, and I'm like,
Oh.
you trying to slide into?
I feel like if it's like all gay people, it's like, is there any maximum number? It's like they're all the same kind, or like they're all the same gender.
He's
It's like,
I got me, you got me, yours is steak, mine's kielbasa. We can make this work.
there we go. It's funny, honest to God, if I was on coke, sex would be the last thing I would ever want. It'd be like, you know what? Honestly, my nose kind of feels stuffy, and I'm gonna drink some water. Give me like maybe like 3 to 5 hours of like spacing out, and like calming down for a minute.
If you just wait in my house on my couch, read any book you would like, you can. We'll
figure it out after. We'll figure it out. Doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. That's so funny. Of all places you went to go clubbing, you went all the way to San Francisco from Eugene.
I lived in the Bay.
Oh, I thought you lived in Santa Monica, which is like on the.
Santa Monica.
Or wait,
Oh, that's the next to the pier.
yeah. Wait, where do you live?
I lived in Berkeley, California.
That's where Eric Andre went to music school.
Eric Andre.
You
That
know
dude's
who
a
Eric
funny
Andre is?
fan.
Oh,
That's
okay.
a
I was
funny
like,
guy.
you don't know who Eric Andre is? You have a lot to look forward to.
You're gonna love him.
You're gonna love him.
I know. I need to watch more of his stuff.
Season 5 though,
Eh,
meh,
nah.
eh.
What's wrong with season 5? I stopped watching TV a while ago.
Why?
Nothing against TV, just it gets expensive. Like now we're all on a subscription thing, and like everyone is just kind of like, and you have to wait for your shows on regular television.
Yeah.
And I'm an impatient person.
I'm impatient as well.
Exactly, patient AF. You joining the club?
Yeah, I mean we
I'm on
have
Facebook.
honestly we have too many. We have Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon Prime,
We're rolling.
and
in
Adult
it.
Swim technically
Yeah.
because we want to watch the new Rick and Morty's.
Oh, I see. I watched the new Rick and Morty's
Nice.
Season
really?
on YouTube.
5?
Ooh.
They have them on YouTube.
Do you
Oh,
have to like
really?
pay for them or something?
No, like
The new like season 5?
no. And there's also like websites you can use, the illegal ones.
Ooh.
Like I'm not gonna tell you them just in case
Tell
like
'em.
the government guys watching.
Tell
Popcorn
them.
Time,
Fuck the
Prime Wire,
government. What's the
MN.
name? What's the name? Is there like freecartoons.com
Did you say
or something?
LimeWire?
No, Prime Wire.
Oh, I'm like, I haven't heard LimeWire since I was like in high school.
PrimeWire is a really good play on words though.
Yeah.
Prime Wire.
Yeah.
What
Wait,
does that mean?
oh, I thought you said it was called Prime Wire.
It is Prime Wire.
What are you saying? What's that mean?
But what's like the insinuation?
Oh, LimeWire, which is the old music downloading app. It was called LimeWire, and like people would get like computer viruses. People download music for free.
I fucked a computer up.
Yeah.
Bad.
And now it's
Bad.
PrimeWire, and you can get
That's so
video
funny.
for free.
Yeah, now like that's like one of like the most reliable sites if you don't mind like commercials.
Funny.
Well, Kenzie and I have a new favorite website. It's called Pornhub now. It's called PrimeWire.
That's my second favorite website.
After coolmathdames.com. Shout out. It's like they sponsor this show. I'll actually take us. If someone sponsored this show for like $1 million, I'd be like, coolmathgames.com. Go to them, especially if your age is 10 to 12.
See, that's what I don't understand about sellouts, because like they like your shit. So if you like low key like sell it, then that's what they want.
Mhm.
You're just like, if like right now I'm like talking about Maybelline, like, you know, I'm gonna bring it up, but like not actually be like, I get a 20% off deal. Code is
I get 20% off Maybelline? Are you kidding me? I
Yeah.
need more mascara.
No, exactly. My secret code is 3030 Vision.
Is George Espino? Espino.
Espino. It's
Espino.
It means like needle.
Is your mom Spanish?
No, my dad's Spanish.
Your dad's Spanish.
Uh-huh.
And your mom's Indian?
Like, black. Is she Indian? Fuck. Like, do you know where I live? You live on Paradise
Espino.
Road too?
Wait, so your dad's full Mexican,
Yeah, 100%.
100%, and your mom's full black. George Espino.
Then
I
they
like
meet in
it.
the middle. Like, I don't know if that makes him mocha, because like he's kind of like brown.
Yeah, I gotta say,
I don't know.
just because like I'm someone who like has the luxury or the privilege or whatever you want to call it. I'm not like one of those people. I don't let politics infect my brain. I don't like ever have to really think about my race. And it's funny, like one of my instant best friends, I met him 3 months ago. So he also lives next door. So 2 of the Arkamoto people live next door,
Uh-huh.
and one of them is half Afghan, half Pakistani. And we didn't even talk
What a
about
fucking
the fact
dope guy.
unbelievably cool. But he didn't even we didn't even talk about his race. I was like, wait, like I actually have a question about you until like literally 2 months into knowing him.
Right.
Do you think about it every day, or is there
I'm
something that
black.
you're like
I forgot to tell you.
you forgot to tell me?
I didn't. I
Do you
totally
think about it every
disregarded
day, or is it something that you're just like, why would you think about it? It's fascinating.
Well, it's like, I mean, like you never think about like how you have a beard.
Yes.
Like, I mean, like, every once in a while, it's, like, brought up to you, like, you need to shave your beard, and you're like, fuck.
And I should. If anything, my neck beard gets a little long, honestly. And it's like, I'm right over the sink, and I'm not going to clean it up. Fuck you, Kenzie.
No, honestly, but it's, like, nice, because, then, like, every once in a while, you, like, remember that you're black, and you're like, oh, shit, like, I have the luxury of being black.
That's a really beautiful way of thinking about things.
Like, I have, like, another hamstring that no one has.
I'm just kidding. That's hilarious. Another hamstring. You do run very fast. So, like, actually, you do, like, you're half bionic man. No, but really, though, I'm actually really fast. I'm so curious. Like, do you actually bounce when you run? Like, when you said you're like, yeah, like, bounce on the toes of my feet. Because I'm like maybe a thud-footed runner. I grew up on a house that has, like, it's, like, solid slab of concrete.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever I walk on, like, second floors, like, again, I just moved in here.
Uh-huh.
I feel so bad for our downstairs neighbor because I walk like
no, fuck them. They decided to live downstairs and have the luxury of being downstairs.
Yes.
They you know, bring them pastries every once in a while, obviously, just because you're neighbors.
Do you walk like that where you're just like ball your foot, or do you like I go like that?
No, of course you do like that. It's a power stance.
It's a power stance. Thank
Like
you.
you have to make noise every single time you step down.
We go knock on the neighbor's door. Mark, I have a really important person here. He teaches college people how to run professionally. Did one of the cameras go out?
Yeah.
Which one?
3.
Which was
Oh,
3.
That's okay. Here, I'll go get it.
3 is that one.
Oh, it may have been the power, honestly. I'm so curious.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Was it my phone?
It
It's
wasn't,
okay. I don't use phones.
wasn't a huge deal.
Nah, we don't ever need to use it. Well, this.
Oh, is it because this one's like...
This
That's
thing
the
died.
master camera.
See, that's
So
Oh.
it does like a whole room shot. But right now it's just on you.
All right.
You're
Oh.
number 1.
Oh well. Well.
This one's one?
That one's 1.
That one's
Oh.
1. You're 1. This is 2, because then it's like on the correct sides. There's no number 3. I'm gonna have to replace that camera. That camera's like, yo, I've been running 12 hours this
Rip.
week. Rip. Pray to you, number 3 camera. Thank
Yeah,
you
you're
for
gonna
being
need, like,
okay for a
cameras by
while.
the end of the year.
Now I have to spend more money. Son of a bitch.
Hey, money's fake, so you're good.
This
Dude,
guy.
this guy, everything. Dude, I started saying, like, oh, money's not real to, like, a lot of people. It's, like, it's a concept that maybe not a lot of people fully understand. And people are like, what are you talking about? Money's real.
I'm like, okay, can you afford to carry 15 chickens with you wherever you go? No. Here's like a transaction.
It's a
like,
transaction,
paper.
yes. And it's, like, it gets very ethereal when you start saying, like, oh, this person really helped me out a lot when I was, like, in a mental crisis. Or this person really helped me out by giving me something that benefited my life in this way, but I work in this way where I make 6 figures and he makes, like, it's like money becomes very abstract very quick.
It really does. And like, I mean, I don't necessarily know how to feel about it because then I just talk shit about people who save money all the time.
I talk shit about people who save money.
I'm like, if you're not trying to blow your money, who said it? Drake, money to blow? I got money to blow. Uh-oh.
I'm a Kanye fan. I hate Drake legally.
Legally?
Legally.
Did you sign a contract too?
Drake and Kanye don't like each other for some reason. I'm like, I listen to Drake's music. I'm like, it sounds poppy. I listen to Kanye's music, and I come every time. And so I'm like, well, pretty easy decision there.
Damn,
But anyways,
you're
money
not
to
a
blow
good flow.
or money to, like, spend or, like, invest in a friend or, like, in some business or in some way, like, use. But, like, taking money and just putting it in a bank account and being like, hey, what are you doing with all that money that you're spending your entire life working toward? People are like, it's a bigger number in a bank account now. I'm like, what the fuck?
It's good now. Like
It's good.
I can retire now.
People will give away much of their life for safety and security, which is wild.
That's so boring though. Like, why would
Boring.
you want to be safe when you can be in danger?
When you can be in danger. Well, okay, this is a legitimate, like, maybe conspiracy theory, maybe like a really far out idea that I had once, but I'm like, okay, say you work for like 3 years and you're like, I'm saving this money in case my car ever breaks down. And then you're like working 3 years thinking that that's what you're working for, or in case I ever have a health problem. And in like the 3 years you get your car breaks down and you have a health problem, like, is that just like itself manifesting? Like, you saved up that money for that. Like, of course that's going to happen. Or like, it's like, oh, I'm going to save up this money to
Whoa.
eventually like buy a house or like buy food 10 years from now or something. Like,
You know what? That's kind of real because I saved up
Yes.
$1,000 and I was like, this is an emergency fund just in case like something bad happens.
Yes.
And then I saved up exactly $1,000 and then boom, like my windows break in my car. I get 2 flat tires, and then I'm like,
Whoa.
all that money goes away, and I'm like, what the fuck? fuck? Are you
But
kidding
that's
me?
what you saved it up for. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's
so
exactly.
funny.
So like it actually makes sense. Like the
Wow.
manifestation happens at the
Yes.
goal mark that you reach. So it's like
I'm gonna blow all my money. This has fully
Exactly.
convinced me.
I'm gonna blow it like cocaine.
So I'm starting to save money in a way that I'm like,
Or a
I am
Persian
saving
man.
this money for in 10 years from now, doing this, like spending whatever I think would be most beneficial in 10 years from now.
Right.
And like there's like, or like investing it or whatever. Honestly, anyone listening to this, I haven't said it on the podcast. Look into the stock FNGU.
FNGU.
Fun. It's a triple leverage stock of like Facebook, Tesla, or Facebook, Tesla, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Google, like pretty much companies that you're like, hey, in like 5 to 10 years, these are probably going to be dominating us. You're like betting that they're going to do well, but it's on a triple leverage fund, so it's like buy futures. Really
Ooh.
complicated nonsense.
I love betting.
I love betting too. You ever gone on Wall Street Bets by chance?
No, I'm not rich enough for that. I got like 20. Like I said, like I saved money once and I was like, this is bullshit. Like I'm just gonna hope for positivity every day and then like spend $20 on like a sandwich.
Dope.
Nice.
Dope,
That's an
right?
expensive motherfucking sandwich.
Hey, live life, live free, and then live reckless. I don't know.
Yeah. And you know what? Hope that all the positive that you put out into the universe comes back to you at the end. Right?
Oh, I don't want it.
I don't
That's
want
why.
it.
That's why I send it out so I don't have to get it back.
I love it. I am single-handedly stimulating the economy, folks. Help me out here.
I'm single-handedly stimulating this environmental, like existential economy known as like energy.
There we go. But anyways, George Espino.
Espino.
We just hit 1 hour. I appreciate you coming on the podcast.
Whoa, that's 1 hour.
That's 1 hour. Blows by fast, doesn't it? More than anything, I would almost... The computer gets hot, but yo, I need to figure out what happened to that camera. I'm stressed. I'm like, these two cameras are running, but I'm like, there's something about Kenzie not being in the shot that is... It's concerning me. And we're at an hour. So every podcast... So I've done 100, and this will be 119.
Whoop, whoop.
I've only done 2 podcasts that are 2 hours. And those are both very special people to my heart. One of them actually just passed away. He overdosed on heroin.
Whoa.
Wild. He worked at
R.I.P.
Subo Sushi Burrito. R.I.P. Joey
William
Rincon. No, the Blair one.
Oh.
He was like someone who I loved. He came on the show, and now that he's dead, I can say it. Like, he was the first person who ever sold me ketamine, and I tried ketamine, and it was like, whoa, I feel like an alien. I feel very wonky. And then the COVID ended. I met with him. I took some pictures with him. I gave him a copy of that book. He was like number 46 or something. And 1 month later, I was going to text him like, hey man, I'm moving in next, like really close. You should come on the podcast. And I go where he worked, which is Rooted Space.
I think so.
And the person who was there is like, I knew this was going to be a rough day. Joey killed himself yesterday, or like died yesterday of an overdose. I'm like,
Oh.
that's unfortunate. So anyways, not to end the podcast on a super depressing episode. I don't even know what led there. But anyways, oh yeah, he was one of the 2 people who I did a 2-hour podcast with.
Oh, that's actually kind of nice.
That's
Very
kind of nice.
wholesome,
I
you
know.
Keep it with the
R.I.P.
friends.
Joey, you're a homie. But anyways, you're 119. George Espino.
I love how you have my last name, like lowercase.
Oh yeah.
That means a lot to me. Actually.
I was kind of drunk when I wrote it, if I'm being honest with you. I was like I remember I like asked you how to spell it. I'm like, wait, it starts with an S or an E? And you're like, E. I'm like, okay.
No, last names are for like your parents.
Yeah.
First names are for you.
I was literally gonna get up and like change it to a capital, but there's no third camera. So again,
It's nonsense.
luckily I don't have a show tomorrow. I might have to go buy a new video camera before tomorrow.
Ooh, a nice fun Sunday task.
Yeah. Do you have anyone do you want people to follow you on like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook,
I
text
have to figure
you?
out what my Instagram is.
You don't even know.
I don't use it often. Like I try to stay underground.
Big fast running guy. As long as it's under 1 mile, at gmail.com.
More or less elaborate like that.
I can run really fast as long as it's under about 4,000 feet.
I have 2 actually.
Wait, isn't a mile 4,000 feet? 6,000 feet.
Is it?
I had no idea.
I'm like, if it is, this is new information to me. I got 2. I got the Notable Donut, and then I got
Give
Geo
it.
Run 23.
It's funny.
Don't actually follow the first one I said. The second one.
Geo Donut?
Geo Run 23. It's like it's a
Run
play on
2,
words.
3.
It's like run is 1, 2, 3.
I like it. All right, everyone follow him. I might not put links to those in the description because, again, I've done way too many shows.
Mhm.
But I will try to my best. Or at least the second one. What was the second one? One more time?
Geo Run 23.
Geo, Geo,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
No, run.
GEO.
Run.
Run 2 3
1
again.
mile.
I'm kind of drunk, folks. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Namaste.
Namaste. Are you vegan?
Leave him a quick. And then Kenzie's coming in here. I get to do the gong this time. Kenzie, come in here.
Bye.
That is amazing.
Right.